Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Brandon Hodge. So this video right here is brought to you guys by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any event in the entire world, get them through SeatGeek. Use my last name, code Hodge, at checkout over on SeatGeek as your promo code. You actually get $20 off your tickets. It's good for any ticket for any event in the entire world. It has to be your first time order only. So if you guys have used SeatGeek before, make a new account with like a new email. You can still use the code and get yourself $20 off for any ticket for any event absolutely in the entire world. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so let's jump in here. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been standing in front of this camera saying hello to you guys in the form of a news episode. It's been before WrestleMania. It's hard to believe. A lot happened at WrestleMania, and we can talk about a lot that happened at WrestleMania, and I've talked about that in other videos, but nonetheless, there's also some other things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about what's coming up. We got the Backlash Premium Live event coming up. We're having Randy Orton, John Cena head-to-head one last time, if you will. That's kind of the way they're promoting this thing, which is very, very exciting. Anyway, there's a lot going on. Let's go ahead and jump in. There's actually nothing confirmed directly from the WWE today, so that means it's time, ladies and gentlemen. Get those juice boxes out. Get those juice boxes ready, because we'll be talking about some juicy rumors. So the first rumor we're going to be talking about today is WrestleMania 41, is about it being in Las Vegas. Apparently, they were very, very happy with the way WrestleMania came out in Las Vegas, because they made a whole lot of that money, if you will. They made that money, ladies and gentlemen. So basically, they love Vegas so much. They're already talking about going back. They're actually talking about having WrestleMania there again in the future. They said we can't rush back because that would look funny, right? So WrestleMania Las Vegas will be happening again in like 3 years to 5 years. Is basically what they said. The next 3 to 5 years, they want to have WrestleMania again in Las Vegas because it was so successful and they just loved it so much, I guess. And plus the time difference on the West Coast, WrestleManias does make it easier on everyone, but everyone trying to stay up on the West Coast, or even we're looking at other countries over there, they kind of struggle through it, but I guess they like that. Or maybe it's just a lot of money out there. I don't know. All I know is they absolutely loved it for many, many reasons, and they want to go back to Vegas like immediately. All right, the next rumor of the day will be about Joe Hendry and being Randy Orton's opponent at WrestleMania. So we'll kind of talk about that for a second, because that was very random, because I was expecting like some kind of main WWE person or something going on, and it was something I was not expecting. I absolutely loved that. So who made that happen is the question. The answer to that question is actually Randy Orton himself. Handpicked Joe Hendry apparently to be his opponent, because Randy Orton loves Joe Hendry and loves what he's doing and wanted to work with him, and said, well, you brought him in for like the Rumble, bring him in for Mania, I want to wrestle him, and they're not going to tell Randy Orton no. So yeah, basically that's what happened. Joe Hendry was handpicked by Randy Orton to be his opponent at WrestleMania. It's a shocking fact, but that's really, really cool. Alright, next up, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Travis Scott in the WWE. So like, what in the heck is going on? We got this rapper in the WWE trying to do something, and he was with The Rock when Cena turned, and then The Rock wasn't at WrestleMania. That's just weird. The whole feud, let's just face it, is just weird. And we can talk more about this in a minute, but like, seriously, what's going on? Is there a long-term plan here? Triple H himself says Travis Scott loves the business. He wants to wrestle. He wants to be a wrestler in the WWE. So they had all these pop kind of people come in. I don't want to say like pop culture kind of like other celebrities from other parts of the celebrity world, I guess, to come in and be wrestlers or whatever, or be a part of the show in some type of way. So what's the actual plan here? Is there a plan to have him like maybe tag team with Cena and something like that? They're actually discussing that right now. They're discussing having an actual tag team between maybe John Cena, Travis Scott, versus the team of a wrestler on the level with Cena that would challenge like Cena, as well as pairing with another rapper. So you have rapper versus rapper, and the other one would be Bad Bunny, which Bad Bunny's definitely proved that he can wrestle, he can do his thing, because he's been a lifelong fan of this thing and get in there and do his thing, and I guess he's wrestled before he even came to WWE in like smaller things or whatever. But anyway, yeah, so that's kind of the plan. I don't know where that would be. Maybe SummerSlam's the place they would do something like that. Maybe? I don't know. I feel like Cena should probably defend the title at SummerSlam and not just have that. But we'll have to wait and see. 2-night SummerSlam maybe? I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't really know where things are going. But that's kind of the rough idea right now. Is have kind of a tag team, like rapper, wrestler kind of thing. And the next rumor of the day we're going to be talking about is about Miss Alexa Bliss. So where in the hell is Alexa Bliss? His ultimate question here. So Alexa Bliss returned to the Royal Rumble. She had a few appearances, and poof, she's gone and she's nowhere to be found. Is she injured again? What's going on here? I have the answer here. She is not injured. She is completely medically cleared. She's ready to wrestle. She wants to wrestle. She wants to be on TV. So why isn't she? Basically, creative has nothing for her. And I'm like, how do you have nothing for her? I know they've been pushing it so bad to have her join the Wyatt Six, but Bo Dallas is injured right now, so the Wyatt Six is kind of not like doing a thing right now. But like, don't push it so much. Just give her the goddess gimmick back, or give her something new and totally different. Make her a legitimate wrestler, not something of this like movie magic, horror movie kind of wrestler. Like, make her a legitimate thing that's gonna go after the title, like not just this kind of a joke of a wrestler. Or, I mean, it can be serious, but at the same time, I don't feel like it's always came off the best as it possibly should. And I know a lot of people agree with that. Alexa Bliss was a multi-time women's champion. She has not had that title in literally years. Like, let's fix this. Come on, she's actually freaking a good wrestler. Alright, up next, let's talk about Rusev, ladies and gentlemen. So Rusev is back in the WWE finally after being released, going to AEW, doing his whole thing, and like, yeah, getting in amazing shape. The dude's back. So what's the deal? So the update on his contract is Rusev is an active WWE wrestler. He does have a contract. And I feel like I shouldn't have to say that if he's on TV, but they've had a lot of wrestlers come in who don't even work for WWE or like from TNA or whatever. So I feel the need to say that he is signed to WWE. He has a 2-year contract apparently. So we're gonna have Rusev at least for the next 2 years. And after that 2 years to kind of evaluate things and see where they are and probably offer him more money and re-sign him. But anyway, apparently this run is not going to be like a joke Rusev run, like kind of the way the last of his last run went, like the end of his last run went. They're actually going to take him seriously. He's going to be booked really, really well, and they have big plans for Rusev. So get used to the guy on your television sets because they're going all in on Rusev. All right, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, this is actually it. This is the final news story. This is the final rumor. This is the final thing I'll be talking about inside this episode of WWE News and Rumors. So what are we talking about today? So we're going to be talking about none other than the great one, if you will. The final boss, if you will. We're talking about The Rock. So, where's The Rock? Like, what's really going on here? So, Elimination Chamber, you had The Rock giving an offer to Cody Rhodes to sell his soul and join him or whatever. And that was such a weird thing. Everyone was like, what do you mean sell your soul? It's like, pledge your alliance to The Rock, be The Rock's champion, be The Rock's puppet, do whatever The Rock wants you to do, basically. So, did Cody say yes? No, he did not. But at the turn of the century, John Cena did say yes and turned and joined The Rock. And then The Rock was like the guy controlling Cena. He was the puppeteer or whatever. And then you had, that whole thing. But basically, what happened there? The Rock wasn't at WrestleMania. He hasn't been seen since Elimination Chamber, and he's supposed to be like the grand kind of guy on over this whole thing. I don't know. The Rock did a show with Pat McAfee where he kind of answered these questions and said he didn't want to be involved in WrestleMania. He kind of gave them their space, their time to shine or whatever. And that's cool, but that's not what the story is, Rock. That's not what the story is. The story is you're the mind behind it all. You're there controlling Cena. You're the guy. But maybe I don't know. I don't know if they thought all this out. They kind of just dropped and had Cena turn last minute, and Cena was always going to turn heel, but then The Rock, he was like doing it for The Rock, and The Rock's not, it's just weird. So ultimately here, where am I getting here? What's the plan? Basically, there is no plan. It's completely up to The Rock. The creative don't make plans for The Rock. The Rock makes plans for The Rock, so it's whatever he says. So in the interview, he did say that he will be back to continue the whole sell your soul kind of story and the final boss Rock story. But there's no set date when that could happen. He pretty much just shows up whenever he wants. I know he's busy filming movies right now, which is initially why everyone thought he wasn't going to be at WrestleMania, but he said during the interview he just didn't want to be there and be in the way this year because of last year he kind of had to mess things up or whatever. But honestly, I don't know. None of this makes sense. None of it is ever going to make sense. I don't know. Rock will just show up when he wants, does what he wants. He's in the board of directors and whatever, and he makes his own creative plans and all that stuff. So we'll just have to wait and see The Rock when he returns, where the story is going, or if he's even going to be involved in the Cena story anymore. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. It's total confusion. I don't know what's going on. Maybe you guys tell me make sense of it. Let me know in the comments. But anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Let me know your thoughts on that, as well as all these news stories in the comment section down below. I'm your king of vlog style, Brandon Hodge, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.